CES coverage sponsored by Audible.com, where books come alive. Listen to a bestseller on your iPod or MP3. Get a free trial at audiblepodcast.com/CES.
CES coverage sponsored by GoDaddy.com, the leader in domain names and web hosting services. New GoDaddy customers save 25% by using promo code CES25 at GoDaddy.com.
CES coverage sponsored by Lexar Las Vegas. Get to the point. Rooms start at $40. See TPN.TV for Lexar advertisement, which is the gateway to savings.
Harry Smeenk from VP of Sales from EmFinders. Did I do that right?
You did that right.
Okay. And I think what we're going to talk about here is something that is going to probably is something that all of us are going to face one day or another, or maybe have already faced with an aging parent. This product might even be able to use with a young child as well. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that as well. But, you know, we're officially into the boomer years. And I am the last year of a boomer. That's kind of dating myself here. But, you know, my grandmother, who recently passed away at the age of 90, had Alzheimer's. And for a number of years, she had to be under primary care. Mm-hmm. And there was a number of years before she went under primary care that she was under the direct care of my grandfather. And luckily, he was there to be able to take care of her and make sure she did not get off into locations where she shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. But it looks to me with what you have developed here with a product called EmSeek is you are targeting folks that are, you know, basically, well, why don't you just tell me about the product and I'll shut up.
Okay. Well, you've hit on exactly one of the major markets.
You bring your mic up just a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay, and that is the senior community, especially those with Alzheimer's, cognitive impairment, so dementia. You mentioned children. We work very closely with children with autism, any disabilities. Basically, what we've got is a emergency location device that if one of these individuals would tend to wander off,
right,
which is very prevalent with Alzheimer's, with dementia, with autism,
yep,
we would be able to locate them very quickly. When we're talking quickly, we're talking within 10, 15, 20 minutes on the average. The device is a watch-like device, and I wish I brought one with me, but the problem is we're selling them out at the show here so much.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That we're not even having enough to carry around with us, but that's good news.
Yeah.
We developed it about a year and a half ago. We came to market with it, and it's a cellular-based solution. So the first question we get asked all the time is, well, is it GPS?
Right.
The answer is no, and the reason we chose to go with cellular is so that it worked inside buildings. Typically, someone that's going to wander away is going to look for an area of comfort. So they may go into a building, into a movie theater, into a mall, into a crowded area.
Right.
Which GPS would require that line of sight coverage.
That's right.
The cellular coverage uses triangulation. We're tied, we're integrated with the E911 system. So the watch-like device basically is a single-purpose cell phone, uses the GSM network. When the person goes missing, the caregiver would notify us. We would activate the device. When it's activated, that cell phone calls 911. So if they're in the next city over, it's going to call the local 911.
Right.
The whole goal here is to get emergency recovery as quickly as possible.
Right.
That 911 center is going to receive the phone call. They will hear a message that's played when they receive the call. It's played 4 times, and it tells them it's a critically missing person, gives them information about what to do next, contact us. We can tell them, you know, who the person is, give a description,
right,
so forth. It also then they're able to triangulate. Their system is built to do that. Every call that comes into a 911 center today actually gives a longitude and latitude of where the call is originating from. They flip that over to a map, and they get a very accurate location of where the call is coming from.
So the question I think I have immediately is if it's a watch-like device, obviously taking it off could be problematic. So I know I've seen some children-type devices, it's very difficult to take that device off. Is this the same way with your device?
Exactly. You know, it's not going to work if it's not on the person.
Right.
So we've developed a couple of different band solutions. One is called our two-handed clasp. It requires 2 hands to take it off, so therefore the person wearing it obviously is not going to have 2 hands to do it.
To do that.
We have some different bands for the children. that are difficult to take off.
Right.
So
So how about charging on this? Now, a typical cell phone, I got to put this thing in the charger every day.
right, we've built the power maximization has been our goal here. Typically 4 to 5 days in between charges.
Right.
It comes with a charger. The device will sit on top of the charger, and it takes about an hour and a half to charge it.
So that's good. So a pretty long battery life on it. And then, so the way it's activated, you're not actively tracking. You're basically, whenever the call comes in that, okay, I have a missing loved one, then you activate the service to get the triangulation from the cell phone or from E911, and then that's how that whole process goes down. That's an interesting solution because obviously there's a dozen ways to do this today, and I understand why you said that you've went with the cellular solution because that's true. People will tendency they'll go someplace where they're comfortable and hang out or whatever it may be. Yeah.
Right. And the reason it's not a tracking device is it's not Big Brother. We're not keeping track of where everybody's going.
Right.
So it's emergency grade only.
Yeah.
Grandma's missing. We've got to find her quickly, and that's set up that way.
So you said you've been to market now for about a year. So how's the take-up been so far on the service?
Take-up's been really good. We're very pleased with it. We have three main consumers, or three main markers. One is the consumer market, where they're buying it through our website or through our 800 number. We also have sold quite a few to law enforcement agencies across the country. They see the benefit in terms of being able to quickly do a rescue, where it would have taken them 10, 12, 24 hours to do a search and rescue in the past.
Sometimes that's too long.
Right. They can do it in 10 minutes and one crew is sent out.
Wow.
And then obviously the senior institutions across the country, they recognize from a risk management potential the benefits of being able to quickly locate anyone that would elope from their communities.
Have you ever used this, has this device ever been used in a situation where a individual may have some concerns about their children being with a secondary parent or something to that effect and actually use that as a device to kind of, in case something went wrong and able to enable? Has that ever been used in that purpose? Or you probably don't know, do you?
I'm not aware of that. It really wasn't designed for that. It's really designed for the person, the wearer that has a cognitive impairment is not aware of where they're located.
Gotcha.
But
very cool. So I guess they can find information at EmFinders.com?
EmFinders, EmFinders.com.
Very, very cool. So, Harry, thank you for, and actually, what I should ask is price and how much is the monthly cost?
Okay. It's about $200 for the device, and it's $25 a month for the service.
Yeah, well worth it. Understand. And you know what? This is, folks, I'm going to tell you, we've got an aging community. We're all going to be in that situation someday, and hopefully we're not cognitively impaired. But if we are, I want to know that someone can find me if if I'm out wandering around someplace, and that does happen too much.
Absolutely.
It really, really does. Harry, thanks so much. Thanks for coming out today, and I know you had to wait a little while, and I appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you,
very
sir.
much.